Hey everybody, welcome back for another cigar review, and this time I'm doing the new Asylum 13 99 Problems Lancero. This cigar, released in 99 count boxes of only 500 boxes, is a limited release for Asylum 13. Now, this cigar has got the same blend as the rest of Asylum 13, which is Nicaraguan Habano wrapper and Nicaraguan binder filler. But it's in a unique size for Asylum, which is a 7 by 38 Lancero. Now, a lot of people I know have really enjoyed the Asylum 13 line. It's got, for the price point, it's got amazing flavor and construction. Though it came in three sizes originally, which is a 5 by 50 Robusto, 6 by 60 called the 60, and a 7 by 70 called the 70. And there's even I think there's an 8 by 80 also, which is ridiculously huge. The Ogre and then the Barber Pole Ogre, which is a combination of this wrapper and a Candela wrapper, which is why it's called the Ogre. But which I think is really striking, but it's much too big of a cigar for me to try to smoke. And I'm kind of glad that they gave us small ring gauge guys, threw us a bone basically with this Lancero. Now, I was reading where this is called the 99 Problems because Christian Eiroa didn't want to really make this cigar because even though a lot of people have asked for the Lancero, they're really hard to make, and also they're really not the best sellers because it's kind of a little niche market for Lanceros. I personally love a Lancero, and I know like Charlie Minato over at Half Wheel, he loves the Lancero too. We've had a lot of discussions about the different Lanceros, and actually did a spectacular review where they did like 50 Lanceros. I can't remember if that was on Half Wheel or when he was with the Cigar Feed. Either way, it's really cool, especially for a Lancero lover like me. But you really don't see a lot of them around anymore. They've kind of they were kind of big a few years ago, and they kind of faded away because they really are hard to roll. You either get one that's really good or really bad. There's none in between. Usually they're perfectly made, good draw and everything, or the draw is so tight it's basically like it's a giant chopstick. That's pretty much it. There's no in between. So I was really happy to see Asylum 13 put this out. Now let's take a look at this cigar. It's a beautiful, beautiful cigar. It does have, looks like, a little bit of a nick there. I don't know if you can see that. Not that big of a deal. Don't really care. Check out the cap. It's a cool. I don't know if it'll can't focus on that, but it's a really cool pigtail cap, flattened out. It's really cool. I really like that. It's one of the things I've mentioned before. If you've watched any of my reviews the past several years, this is one of the things I'm a sucker for. Pigtail cap, fantail cap, like on the Dirty Rats or something like that. I love it. Uh, Closed foot's another one that I really enjoy. I think it's really cool looking. Let's see a closed foot. But anyway, this cigar looks a little bit rustic to be honest, but that's really cool. I really like that to be honest. You know, and kind of what I've heard the Asylum 13 cigar described was it's kind of um, the everyday normal cigar smoker cigar. The price point on it are amazing. I can't like the 5 by 50 is like $5, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember now. Like I said, the cigar shop in Biloxi where I always at, they just got them in. So when I've smoked the Asylum 13 is usually up in Birmingham at Cigars and More. Another group of guys I really love hanging out with up there. Harris and Jason Jackson, really bunch of good guys. They turned me on to them up there, and they were telling me as soon as they get them in, they pretty much sell out of them immediately because they're a really great bang for your buck. So let's check this out and see how this one is. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this beautiful pigtail cap off. Well, let's see, just see if I can twist it off, which is kind of hard to get a hold of, to be honest. But no, let me cut it. A lot of times you can just twist a pigtail cap. When you do that, it makes a perfect little hole. Especially small cigars, it's really cool. But I didn't pull it off on this one here. Good draw. Really good draw. It's like that milkshake draw I always talk about. Like, drinking a milkshake through a straw. That's the resistance I get out of this. Is perfect. Really, what I'm getting just sweet tobacco, really rich sweet tobacco notes out of this. No, really on a cigar. Haha, wow. Anyway, really nice flavor. Now, a little bit of a caveat here. This is the first one that I've smoked. So take this review with a grain of salt. But this is the only one that I've got. And thanks to my CLE rep, the awesome Jason Robnett, who graciously gave you this sample. You're getting this review. But anyway, these are actually, while you're watching this, they should be in your retailers. Now, they're supposed to come out March of this year, which is, what, 2 months ago. But I haven't really seen them yet, but I'm assuming they're out now. Really interesting. It's actually been over a year since I had an Asylum 13 because the last time I was in Birmingham actually, and it's quite an interesting flavor. What I'm getting right off the bat is you get that telltale black pepper you get from Nicaraguan tobacco, but it's not. It's just a slight tingle from the cigar. It's not really. It's just a slight tingle on the back of the palate. It's really actually kind of faint, but it's definitely there. It definitely has a very rich woodiness about it. But honestly, what I'm kind of getting out of the cigar first off is it's um, uh, almost like a smoked meat kind of flavor. It almost reminds me of like hickory or something like that, like a wood you would use to smoke meats on the grill or whatever. It's really really interesting. Oh, there is a nice little sweetness I just got. Really interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna save that one. I don't need to think about that one a little bit more. It's a very unique sweetness, but it's really really good. So anyway, I'm gonna smoke this at a halfway point. I'm back to let you know how it is. I'll see you in a second. Hey, buddy. I'm a little bit past the halfway point. I'm still getting that nice like hickory woody flavor to it. I do get a little bit of leather and like a little hint of coffee too in there. It's got a very unique flavor, and like I said, I can't really remember how that matches up with the original Asylum 13 because it's been over a year since I've had one. Because nobody around me as of the moment carries Asylum, so it's been a while since I've had one. I've had a couple, but man, this is really a unique flavor. I really really enjoy it too. It's got a nice little hint of spice, but it's like a peppery spice, but it's not really black pepper. It kind of reminds me almost of like I don't know, like a cayenne or something, but not hot. It's just like that kind of sharp pepperiness to it, but it's really good. Goes good with the rest of its flavor. So don't let that kind of turn you off or nothing. It's a really unique flavor profile. It's one I really like, and it's kind of cool that this would be really be a great cigar to actually pair with, a summer barbecue or something. would match up that well. It's just really cool. It's really nice to get those flavors out of this cigar. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and I'll be back to let you know how it ends. See you in a second. Just see, I'm at the very end of the cigar. Kind of hard to hold it now. Well, how did the cigar finish? It pretty much, the flavors were the same from the pretty much after like probably the first 1.5 to 2 inches, and it finished really strong. Still get that that nice hickory note, the little bit of spice, that kind of that cayenne spice. I'm getting some leather, some coffee. It's just really nice, rich cigar. I'm really looking forward to actually trying this, like I said, with some when I have my next barbecue. Just because it seems like a natural pairing. It's really good. I really like that. I bet it was pair really well with a nice, probably smoky scotch too. I don't know. But anyway, I really enjoyed this cigar. Like I said, I don't have much experience with the Asylum 13 line, so I don't know how it compares to the rest of them. But I know I really like this cigar, and I'm looking forward to trying at least the Robusto. 6x60, 7x70, 8x80. That's just way too big for me. I don't like cigars with that big of a ring gauge. But the 5x50 Robusto sounds like a really good cigar that I want to try out. So I'll definitely hit that up next. So anyway, like I said, there's 99 count in a box, 500 boxes. I'm not really sure what the price point is on these, but it's definitely something you should try out, and especially if you like smaller ring gauges. So there's following, Asylum 13 for a small ring gauge guys, so which is kind of cool. So anyway, definitely check this out. I'm not really sure how long they'll last, but like I said, Lanceros is kind of a hit and miss cigar, depending on where they go, because it's kind of a niche within itself. Kind of like you got these dedicated Lancero smokers, and I'm kind of one of them, that really like them, but kind of few and far between. So I don't know. They'll probably be around a little while. So anyway, definitely check these out. They're really good. Like I said, they should be hitting your store shelves pretty soon. So go ahead and check them out, and let me know what you think in the comments if you found one. See you next time.